Bad news for the newest Raw tag team, The Revival, and Finn Balor spotted arriving at the arena tonight for Monday Night Raw in Columbus, Ohio. What does this mean for both scenarios? Well, we are here to talk about it right here, right now, on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
Heyo! And what is up, gang? Welcome back to the channel. I am Nick Nightmare. With me, as always, is Blue, the Snowball Microphone. Welcome back to the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show for another breaking news report. And this report definitely hurts my heart to bring this news to you, man. This absolutely sucks. As we said at the top of the hour, bad news for the Revival as Dash Wilder is injured and expected to be out until the summertime. Pro Wrestling Sheet has reported that Dash Wilder suffered an injury this weekend and is expected to be out of action for a few months. Sources with direct knowledge tell us Dash broke his jaw. See, I didn't read this report already. So, the thought of the broken jaw. This guy's going to be drinking his meals through a straw for the remainder of this recovery. That friggin' sucks. Oh my God. It's unclear at this time whether the injury occurred during a match or outside the ring, but the last time he wrestled was on a Friday when the Revival faced Hideo Itami and Shinsuke Nakamura, both my most and least favorite of the New Japan wrestlers. The popular NXT tag team, who were recently called up to Raw, did their final shows for the Yellow Brand this weekend, and Dawson said something to the crowd after their match, but Wilder mostly stayed quiet. Due to the injury for the remainder of the event, Scott Dawson would be teamed with Bobby Roode. WWE has also confirmed the injury. The company says he was sent to the emergency room following Friday's show, and tests came back showing he had a jaw fracture. His doctor has been quoted as saying, as a result, he will be getting his jaw wired Friday at 9 a.m., and we are looking forward to him being back on the main roster in about 8 weeks. So, unfortunately, for the next 2 months, Raw is going to be without the Revival. They are new, so maybe it won't make that much of a difference to the show, because maybe it'll be better. Maybe it'll give creative time to really sit down and flesh out some really good ideas for the Revival to get them over the way they should be and to use them the way they should be. I was really looking forward to seeing them on the Monday Night Raw roster for the tag team division, which they absolutely need. A team like the Revival, old school, no flips, just fists, absolutely 100% A++ talent. And these guys need to be featured properly, and unfortunately they're going to have to be sidelined right now. Does that mean anything for Scott Dawson? Are they going to put him in a singles run in any way? I don't think that would be a bad idea, but not necessarily either a good idea, because on his own he's not the Revival, and right now his selling point is being part of probably the greatest tag team in the world right now. And that's been taken away from him. His push has been taken away from him because of this injury. And, you know, it's the nature of the beast, man. It's the way the game goes. But the injury bug rears its ugly head again and takes a superstar off the roster just as they're pretty much making their debut as part of the company and are just about to start moving forward with what they're doing. And Jesus, man, something happens. And it's a physical contact sport. What do you expect? I feel bad for the guy. Hope for a speedy recovery for you, because I need the Revival in my life. And so do you guys. Trust me. It's going to be fucking great when they finally get here. Oh, I'm trying to not curse in hopes that my ads will start playing again with this whole YouTube nonsense, but whatever happens, happens. They're not going to give me any ads anyway until we get to 10,000 views, and we're almost there. 7,000 strong, baby. So let's get that views up, and don't forget, please, if you like what you're listening to, hit that thumbs up. Hit the like button, show me you like what we're doing over here, and most importantly, do not forget to subscribe and hit the little alert bell so that you'll always know when the breaking news is happening, and you'll get it right here on Sledgehammer TV from the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. I'm getting better with my directions, as you can see. So let's move on to story number 2, which we talked about at the top of the show once again, and that is an update on the Demon Finn Balor. Finn Balor was spotted at the arena, I forget the name of the arena, in Columbus, Ohio. And what does this mean? Well, it means that in just a few hours from now, it is very possible that we see Finn Balor appear tonight on Monday Night Raw. He may not wrestle. He may wrestle. Because the whole purpose of him being at the arena tonight is for him to undergo concussion testing. This, too, being reported by ProWrestlingInsider.com. Just letting everybody know, Finn Balor is there. He is at Raw. And he is going to take a test tonight, which is going to determine at least his next few weeks with the company, and if and when we will get to see the Demon once again. And being that he has just kind of been thrust into some sort of a feud with Bray Wyatt. I mean, Bray Wyatt's got his hands full with Randy Orton, and we're going to have this House of Horrors match, which nobody knows what the hell it's going to be. Even Bray Wyatt doesn't know what it's going to be. And he's got to get through that whole thing with Randy Orton, and he's going to come out on the losing end. So why Finn Balor would even be intimidated by Bray Wyatt is beyond me. And apparently there's some kind of big plan in place. But, you know, we talked about on the podcast this weekend, on the audio show, we talked about what could have been done to make Bray Wyatt the superstar he should be. It's almost like he's a little past the point, and they almost can't come back. Like, this is just who he is now. This is Bray Wyatt, and it's almost as if it's not going to grow. Because every time he begins to expand his bubble and to get the character in a new and different and original direction and makes himself better, they do what they've done to him, like they just recently did. They finally give him the World Championship, only to take it from him 3 weeks later at WrestleMania in a last-minute decision by Vince McMahon to put the strap on Randy Orton because that's what he's comfortable with. And it's not what we wanted to see. And unfortunately, Bray Wyatt, again, is going to suffer from the effects of an injury to Finn Balor. It was reported last week that he was concussed following his match with Jinder Mahal, and there were no other further details really released on that. But tonight's a big night for Finn Balor, and also, like I said, in retrospect, for Bray Wyatt. Because if Finn Balor doesn't get cleared, this angle's going to have to be dead in the water before it even begins. And they'll have to revisit it another time at another place. But that's pretty much it on the news front. Nothing really big going down. Eric Bischoff is launching a new website for independent wrestling. And I'm trying to get the show on there. Most of the big time podcasts are trying to move over there because of this whole YouTube nonsense. And if you want to check it out, it's IRW Network, and it has a lot of great stuff there. Sign up now, become a beta tester. I'm all for it. I'm trying to get on board. If Eric Bischoff owns it, I'd love to be part of it. It would make it much more official over here, and that's where we're trying to go with it. We want 1,000 subs here, though. We're not abandoning YouTube. We're not trying to get away from it. We're just trying to find other ways to make this show work, and I want to thank you guys, especially because you are the ones that make this show work. So don't forget to leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about what I had to say today, what you think is going to be in store for Finn Balor if he passes this concussion test tonight. What you think is going to happen to the Revival now that this injury has happened to one half of the most dominating tag team I've seen come around the bend in a long time. And I want to know what you guys think, man. So let me know. Light up the comment section. Light it up, baby. And don't forget while you're down there to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And that's going to wrap it up for today. Nice and quick. We got Raw going on the air in just about an hour and a half. 6:30 here on the East Coast. It's been a real shitty day for me. And we'll get into that on another show this week if I feel like divulging how bad this day actually was for me. And I could not wait for something to break so that I can get here and do a little something and get my mind off it and get to my channel, which I love so much, and bring the news to yous, because that's what I do's. I'm Nick Nightmare. This is Blue the Snowball Microphone. Thank you guys for joining us, and I am outta here.